Hello and welcome to AI for Yoga Teachers, how to create content without selling out or burning out. I'm Lizzie Lassiter. Welcome. We have 90 spacious minutes together today, and I have three workflows, AI workflows, that I want to share with you and share with you a little bit about my upcoming mentorship program. First things first, as you're arriving in the Zoom room, please find your way to the chat and let us know where in the world you're joining from. I would also love to know how you found your way into our circle of curious yogis. So, did you find us through Instagram, through my newsletter? How did you get connected? Vero is here in France, Mexico, Denmark. Welcome. Welcome, Debbie, Elizabeth, Rita. I see people coming into the room. So, where are you joining from? How did you find me? And I'd love to know, are you a yoga teacher or a yoga studio owner or some sort of other wellness professional? Hello in Oakland, Richmond, Barcelona. Ah, Danielle is an online healer. Sweden, Ireland, England, Michigan. Hello, yogis. Let's get started. I'm going to share my screen and I have, here we are, AI for yoga teachers create content without burnout. This is our topic for today. We will begin, as always, at lassiter.yoga with a moment of silence, a meditation to ground ourselves. Mama always says, start with the most important thing, which is silence. So I will ring my bells. I invite you to sit comfortably in front of your sitting bones. Close your eyes and find your breath, feeling into the sensations that are arising right now, not the sensations that you would like to be arising, but what is actually here with us, here with you in the room. I'll give us about a minute of silence to feel into that and then bring us back together. Blinking your eyes open. I'd love to know, what is your current relationship with creating content? Give a word in the chat. What is it that comes up for you when you think about showing up online? Ick, says Sylvie. Erratic, boomer, winky face, work, afraid, lost, hate, two exclamation points, stalled, sporadic, stressful, stuck. Learning, cringe, I'm too old. Yeah. Okay. You are exactly in the right place. These are the comments. Panic. Okay. So, this is where I want to step into this conversation with you with a bit of self empathy. So, this is classic nonviolent communication. I'm feeling overwhelmed about how to show up online because I long to share my work with authenticity and humility. How human of me. Let those words sink in. Whatever word you wrote into the chat, overwhelm, energy drain, cringe, feel that in your body. And then, if you can, say silently to yourself, how human of me. so normal to feel this way, so common. Everyone in the chat is saying similar things. So, for me, a huge part of showing up online in public is a mindset. Some of my core mindset values are that I'm sharing yoga and not promoting myself. I'm promoting yoga. So yoga is bigger than me, which fits so perfectly with the practices that we love and share because they're all about diminishing the ego. And I see that as aligned with how I show up or want to show up online. Number two, service is greater than self-doubt. So I put my energy and focus on serving. It's so exciting for me to be here with you all, mostly yoga teachers in the room today. There were over 2,000 people who registered for this Zoom, which lights me up because through helping and serving you, I can impact and leverage and serve your students. The last point here is momentum is greater than fear. So I really believe in and will show you over and over in today's class the power of momentum, which means moving forward. And yes, making mistakes. And yes, editing things after I post them. And yes, deleting things. And yes, learning by doing. Kimberly wants to know if I will share the deck afterward. I'm definitely going to share all the links that are in here, and I will send you all the recording for this afterward. So, my thesis statement for us is that by rejecting artificial intelligence and avoiding the internet, many yoga teachers are unintentionally choosing invisibility over impact. So I want us to focus on impact and how you can serve your students. And I want to help show you some of the AI tools and mindsets that have helped me make that shift. Content is the growth engine of your business, your wellness business, your yoga teaching business, even if you only teach in person. I spoke with someone recently who described herself as an in-person person, a yoga teacher, and I loved hearing that. I think that's wonderful. Yoga is first and foremost an in-person practice, but the world we live in today, content is a growth engine for that, even if all you're offering, or even if you're primarily offering in-person classes, retreats, workshops. So, for the purposes of today's conversation, what is content? I mean Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, your newsletter, which I hope I can talk you into starting by the end of the class, and your website. Basically, anything that you're sharing online in a one-to-many format is what I'm calling content for today. I love that Coral in the chat says age 80 and curious about AI. So what I love about teaching yoga and the Lassiter.yoga community is that we are surrounded by lifelong learners, really curious. Mom right now is in Spain on her month-long study abroad program, is what I'm calling it. And she's in her later 70s. She's at a Spanish immersion program in Spain with her partner for a month. So she's really walking the talk of lifelong learning. Yogis are perfectly positioned to create content, in my humble opinion and in my experience over 10 years of creating content. Yoga teaches us presence. These practices that we know and love and use on a daily basis are about returning to presence. And content creation, according to me, is simply presence shared. So you really don't need a perfect plan. I don't believe, by the way, in those content planning systems. Sometimes people say you need to plan out your content for a month. Give a yes in the chat if you've ever heard that or been told you need to do that or intimidated by that. I don't do that. Yes, lots of yeses, yeses, yeses. I don't do that. My content grows out of my daily practices. I'm going to talk more about this, show you more about this. This is a huge focus of my mentorship. So I'm on my mat in the morning, and then before touching the internet or receiving any incoming information through email, WhatsApp, early morning, quiet, I'm here on the couch behind writing, with by hand, letting things come through me from my practice on a daily basis. It keeps it really alive for me. It makes it fun for me. I talk about what is coming up for me on a daily basis. So I don't have a plan. I don't know what I'm going to post tomorrow. So it's this willingness that we're cultivating to listen inward and to begin. So today, our focus for the class is how I'm going to teach you how to use AI. I'm going to do a walkthrough of my favorite AI platform and then three simple workflows for you. I'm going to teach you how to use AI to help you start before you feel ready. So that's another secret. You're never going to feel ready. I really don't think so. I don't think that sense of resistance is going to shift. It's just about building momentum in creating and posting and creating and posting. And so starting is the key. Oh, Kari says that is true authenticity to me. I love it and it's easy. We can easily adopt it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay. Yes. So if you want to receive the recording from this class and the PDF notes that I'm going to create for you, then please make sure you go to newsletter.lassiter.yoga/start. I'll wait for you. You can go right now and make sure you're subscribed to my Start Before You're Ready list. So even if you get my Sunday newsletters, you're not going to get this. This is a specifically tagged list. So you need to go right now to this website, newsletter.lassiter.yoga/start. And in that list, I am sending out the recording, the PDF, and as I'm creating YouTube videos, I think there's about 8 of them now in the Start Before You're Ready series. I send them out early to the newsletter subscribers and, of course, information about my mentorship. So these are the links. Let me copy them for you and I will pop them into the chat. These are the important links that you need to have for today. I hope they come through. Yes. Okay. So call to action at the end of this class, you're going to be invited to book a free 15-minute mentorship call with me, you and me on Zoom for 15 minutes in a private room to talk about your teaching and your content struggles. I'm also going to talk about a retreat that I'm offering in September in Austria. And then I would love to share with you more about this mentorship. That enrollment is open for now. There's 14 spots left for that. And of course, the newsletter. So these are the important links for you today. Okay, this is our plan. So I'm going to start with some class rules and then a short discussion of who this class is aimed for, share with you my content journey, and then, as I said, 3 practical ChatGPT workflows and a look. Oh, the newsletter.lassiter.yoga/start doesn't take you anywhere. We'll try the link I just put into the chat window. That's working for me, so try that. And then we're going to look at the retreat and the mentorship program. And then I have some time blocked at the end for your questions. And I'm an open book. I'm happy to answer anything. Dina, please let me know. Link doesn't work for me either. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Oh, that's why. Hold on. Let me chat to everyone. Here are all the links. Thanks for letting me know. Now I've got it in. Okay, so here the links are live. Does this work for you now? I just put it in the chat to everyone. I typed it in. Okay. Yes, Dagmar says yes. Okay, so class rules. Oh, I'm doing a chat participation contest. If you would like to participate in the participation contest, what you need to do, you can private message me if you want, drop your email into the chat, and afterward, we'll look at who has commented the most when I ask questions and positivity, of the people who've participated the most. I'm gonna pick one of you and send you a Jai necklace from my Spirit Jewelry. I see emails coming through. Okay, great, great. I'm gonna send you a necklace from my Spirit Jewelry collection. And Jai, it's in Mom's handwriting on the necklace, and it means victory to the good. So it's apropos. It's very fitting. Okay, so please lift and blend, as my mentor Michelle Martello says. She's fantastic. Google her, sign up for her free newsletter. She is a strategist and she always says to her clients, lift and blend anything you see me doing. So full permission. Everything I'm teaching you today, I am teaching you because I want you to share it out into the world. And I want you to let it move through you and come out in your own voice. But please take everything that I'm sharing. So, of course, AI has environmental implications. I've been getting a few emails from concerned yogis as I'm starting to talk about AI publicly and that I'm using AI. Um, yes, I have seen those news stories. One response I have to that is that flying across the Atlantic Ocean has environmental implications, for example, and I do that a couple times a year. So I'm really not purporting to be perfect. It is what it is. And as a yoga teacher, I assume that you're thoughtful and I'm trusting that you're going to use these tools with care and integrity. That's really all I can do. Um, Laura says, I usually lift and blend what you teach me and bring it into my own newsletter. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, perfect. So today's class is for you if you're a yoga teacher, studio owner, or wellness professional. That's who I'm aiming it at. And you're ready to feel confident being visible. This is really one of the biggest roadblocks that I notice is that people don't want to feel visible. Yes, Rachel says, definitely ready to feel confident. You want to feel proud of how you show up online, and all of this without selling out or burning out. So that is absolutely, that's the circle that I'm drawing around today's class. It's not for you if you're looking for viral growth hacks. I don't know any of those. If you want fast results without showing up consistently, I don't think that works. Hasn't worked for me. If you expect AI to do the work for you, that's not what I'm teaching. I'm teaching a blended model of biological intelligence plus artificial intelligence. And it's also not going to, this class isn't for you if your business isn't rooted in service or integrity. Those are the core values behind our business, and that's what I'm sharing. Um, I feel like Julie's asking, I feel like there are so many yoga teachers on YouTube. How can we stand out individually? That's a great question, and I will weave that in as we go. Okay, so students say that working with me as a mentor for content creation, it's really about confidence to finally show up online as myself. That's what I'm empowering you to do and encouraging you to do is to find your voice and show up as yourself. That's part of my answer to the YouTube question. I had this great conversation recently with a man. He's an American retired doctor, physician, and he's really into yoga and he wants to start a YouTube channel. And he was thinking he wants it to be like old guy bro yoga with Dr. Jim, and I was like, that's awesome. That is such a great niche. That's exactly you. You're speaking to your audience, to your people who are going to resonate. If it's with a doctor, it's going to be intelligent. If it's old guy bro yoga, we know you have a sense of humor about yourself and you're not going to be pushing us to do poses that aren't appropriate for someone in their 70s. Like I love, so that's really my philosophy is to show up online as yourself. More and more, we're looking for authenticity. We can smell it. And we're looking for people who are real people. We don't want chatbots. We don't want AI generated imagery, I don't think, or fake blah blah blah. We want to hear your voice. So, and what people also say is I've stopped overthinking my content and started creating from a place of clarity. When you create from a state of flow, which is what I teach, when you put yourself into a state of flow, it gets the thinking mind out of the way. And so, what that feels like in your body is clarity, plus some things that I add in on the side, whispering in your ear about strategy. So what someone also said is I've been connecting with more students and actually earning more money from my teaching. Money is a taboo topic in yoga. Someone said to me recently on one of these 15-minute mentorship calls, she literally said, shh, don't tell anyone, but I want to earn more money from teaching yoga. And of course you do. How human of you to want to earn a dignified living from your work. In my experience, yoga teachers are overeducated. Most of us have, at least a bachelor's degree, sometimes further degrees in traditional education, plus a cornucopia of certificates and training programs in yoga and adjacent wellness arts. Give a yes if this is you, if you're overeducated, if you would identify as overeducated, but we're undercharging. And the thing that I notice about money is that yoga classes kind of still cost $20. Um, but suddenly now somehow avocado toast also costs $20. So it's like we need a bit of a rebalancing and a realignment of our mindset around money. And we are offering a powerful service of transformation and helping people feel at home in their bodies. And that's an incredibly valuable service that we're putting out into the world. And I think it's absolutely fine to earn money for that service. Like, I don't think that we, what did I say the other day to a friend? It's like no one is becoming a millionaire from teaching yoga. I just want to be able to afford my organic vegetable habit and my raw cheese habit. When I go to the farmer's market in Salzburg, Austria, where I live, I just want to be able to buy the raw cheeses that I love. Rita is laughing at me. Yes, that's like the bar. Yes. Okay. So this is what people have kindly said about working with me. So quiz. Here's a quiz in the chat. Part of the chat participation contest is answering this quiz. What do you struggle with? I'm going to give you 4 options. We'll go through them briefly. Which one resonates? So just write into the chat, overthinking, blocked, competition, or income. Okay, so overthinking is I want to create content, but I second guess everything that I write. Income, we spoke about a bit. I want to earn more from teaching, but I don't know how content fits into that. That's a strategic piece. Blocked. I have something meaningful to share, but I can't seem to express it clearly or consistently. Write blocked in the chat if that's you. And competition. Other teachers seem to have strategy, a voice, and paying students, and I feel stuck and invisible. Okay, so blocked. A lot of people blocked. Competition, overthinking, blocked, blocked, overthinking, and blocked. Income, blocked, blocked, blocked. Competition. Yeah, yeah, how human of you. These are like the 4 most common buckets that I hear from yoga teachers around creating content. All of them, says Mary Beth. Okay. Okay, so this is part of my philosophy of creating content. Everybody focuses in on this number, the followers number, when they look at a social media account. But I focus in on this number. This is the number of posts. So for my Americans here with us today, the number of posts is like in American baseball, your number of up at bats. How many chances have you had? How many times have you put yourself out there and tried and maybe failed? This is the number. Yes, Louise. Louise says mine is low. Perfectionism. Exactly. It's about perfectionism. I have made so many mistakes. I'm going to show you some of them today. I've made so many mistakes on the internet in public, but it's a kind of clarity of intention, why I'm posting, who I'm posting for, how I'm serving them. And then I don't worry about any of the other noise. This is the number to focus on. How many times have you put yourself out there? Okay, so does anyone remember this Living with the Buddha series that I did almost a decade ago? So I want to open it for you and I'm going to share. I just did a post about it on Instagram. Let me stop this share and let me share it over there. Here. Oh, wait, no, here. So I wasn't ready, but I started anyway. So years ago, what I did is when I was starting Instagram, I didn't know what to post and I felt blocked and I didn't know what was the point of content, but I developed this idea of posting the same photo every day. I did it for years. I posted the same photo. This was the very first one. And I was at a yoga retreat as a student in Greece. And this was after Shavasana, this photo. And then I had the idea, what if I post exactly this same photo? And I post it but in a different location every day. And so over years, I always took the same photo. This was with Mama at a training in San Francisco, a Relax and Renew training. And in the Alps, where we go to be in the mountains when I was in Venice, Italy. I mean, this post is showing the highlight reel. It was a lot of very boring photos as well. I was in Texas for my family Thanksgiving. And so my whole grid was just these. Every day I put myself on this kind of program where I committed to myself that I was going to post 5 days a week because this is my job. I don't need to go on my phone on the weekend. I posted Monday through Friday every single day. And I would get to the end of the day and I'd be like, okay, I have to post something. And I would write something every day. Each caption was different. Each day I wrote something honest, alive, raw. I experimented. And really, what I did in that process over a couple years was find my voice. I figured out how I wanted to speak online. There we were in Pune, India. I was studying with the Iyengars. And here's my favorite from the entire series. I was on the Great Wall, hiking on the Great Wall of China. And I love this image. But Cindy says, I worry about overloading audiences. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Laura says, beautiful pictures. Thank you. Okay, so let's go back to the PDF here. The point of showing that to you is that I started before I was ready. I didn't know where it was going. I didn't know what it was going to turn into. I didn't have a plan. The whole concept of it was just I'm I'm putting one foot in front of the other. I don't know how I'm going to climb this mountain. I don't even know what mountain I'm climbing. Okay, so next slide. This is back to my idea about people focus on follower count, subscribers. This is my YouTube channel. Again, I'm focused on videos. How many times have you created something? How many times have you had an idea and moved that crucial step in creativity from 0 to 1? How many times have you taken something that was just an idea rattling around in your mind and moved it into the world, which is what content creation is? So 484 times I've tried. And for me, there's something really interesting. When I create something, of course, I look at it before I post it, but something shifts after I post it. And so I can see it with a new level of detachment. Does anyone know what I mean? Give a yes in the chat. It like I can see, and often I'll write a caption, I'll look at it, I'll edit it, I'm happy with it, I post it, and then I look at it one more time once it's posted, and then I see a mistake. So it's like something in the process of actually posting it. Yes. And perfectionism keeps us into that pre-posting phase where we think, oh, I just got to keep working on it. But there's something that is very powerful when we make something and post it into the world. It's a concept called iteration, which means making something over and over and over and over again. I learned this at architecture school. I did a master's in design at Columbia University, and that was like the number one takeaway. For me, when you design a building, what they taught us is that you cannot wait the entire semester thinking about the perfect building and then draw it the night before you have your review. Instead, you draw it on day one, and then you look at it, and then you draw it again. And then you talk about it, and then you draw it again, and then you show your professor, and then you draw it again. And over the course of the semester, maybe you draw the same building 20 times. And the thing is, the delta, the difference between the building you drew on the first day and the building that you end up with is enormous. But the thing is, it's like it only happens because you iterated, you moved, you redid it and redid it and redid it and redid it and redid it. Is this making sense? Give a yes to iteration in the chat if this is making me feel better. Yes, okay, good. Yes, yes, yes. Yes to iteration. Okay. So, this was the very first today's anatomy question. Many of you know, I'm sure some of you have taken experiential anatomy. Many of you know that YouTube series. It has something like 91 videos now, and it was 8 years ago that we made this video. And I'm showing you this screenshot because this is our beloved Mary Richards. Like, she in this video, she's not even looking at the camera. Like, she has two monitors and she's like looking at me, and the camera is on the other monitor. So she never looks at the viewer the whole video. It's a video called What's Happening to My Shoulders in Dog Pose. It's gotten like, I don't know, 10,000 views or something. It's like one of my most viewed videos. And it's one of my most naive videos because it was 8 years ago. I had only posted 20 YouTube videos. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm also hilariously, like, we're on Zoom together and I'm in the little box the whole time. Like, you never see me big. And I have those like old headphones with a cord and stuff. We have no microphones. Like, we're learning by doing. So I'm showing this as kind of proof that I'm doing exactly what I'm teaching you how to do. Like this, I was you 8 years ago with like, you know, whatever. I didn't know anything about tech. I didn't have any lighting. I was in my kitchen of my old apartment. Like, Mary's not looking at the camera, etc. Okay, so to introduce myself in a brief single slide, I sometimes say yoga is the family business. This is my sweet mama studying with her teacher, BKS Iyengar, in the early 80s in Pune. And my parents co founded Yoga Journal magazine. So I've been around yoga my entire life. I've been a certified yoga teacher since 2005. And like I said, I earned a Master of Design from Columbia in 2010. And I've been creating yoga content since 2015 at lassiter.yoga. As I was making this slide, I was thinking I kind of do everything in 5 year increments because I had my twin boys at the end of 2019, so basically like 2020. And now I'm stepping into the mentorship role and offering this mentorship program 2025. This is the next iteration. So, 5 years at a time. It takes me 5 years to have another idea. I know, isn't that a great photo? I love these. I love these old. Everyone has like this great late 70s hair. And I always forget how short he was. There's some from this same photo shoot where he's like standing up next to my mom, and my mom is 5'4". She's little, and like he's not that much taller than her. So I love this. Okay, next slide. Okay, here's a content story that I want to tell you to make my case for why I believe it's important for you to own your own online channels. So, number one would be your newsletter. Number two would be Instagram, Facebook, and the like. So, this I was lucky enough to be asked to do an article and be on the cover for Yoga Journal Germany last year, which was a huge honor and kind of one of the pinnacles of my content creation career, I would say. But what's interesting about this that I'll share with you, because we're talking about content creation today, is that what that meant took several months. And what it meant is I negotiated with Yoga Journal about the project. I wrote the sequence with Mary Richards that's inside. I booked the photographer, my beloved Danny, who does all of our photos. I did my own hair and makeup. I picked out, shopped for, and, handled my own wardrobe. I picked the location for the shoot in consultation with Danny. I went and took a day and did a photo shoot. It actually took 2 days. We did the cover shoot, and then the next day we did a shoot in my studio for the interior shots from the magazine. I filmed a companion YouTube video of the sequence that's inside the magazine. I did a post on my Instagram grid. I did an Instagram story, and I sent out a newsletter. Okay. So you can imagine all these steps. I listed them out for you because I was really thinking about it. And here's the punchline. I earned $0. That's how traditional media works. It's an honor to be invited to be on the cover, they believe. And so you get to do all of this work, and there's no compensation as far as they're concerned. I'm not, I really don't want to denigrate. I had a great experience. I had a fabulous editor. I would do it again in a heartbeat. It is not a revenue generating stream. So, my point is traditional media is not sustainable. That's not what is going to grow your business. That's not what you should be aiming for in any way. We all need to stop waiting for someone to give us permission. Content is the new game. And I'll tell you what's sort of shocking in the whole story, the real like final punchline, the punch to the gut line is after all of that work and months of that process and this, and then I asked them what is their circulation. And my editor told me what the circulation of this Yoga Journal Germany which is equal to the reach that I have on social media and through my newsletter. So I think we're moving in a different direction. I'm trying to make my case. Rita says, oh, my days. Yes, I'm trying to convince you that content is what's going on? Gabrielle is saying that permission thing hits so hard right now. Yes, yes. Give yourself permission. Like no one is, there are no gatekeepers anymore. The gatekeeper system is falling apart. And so I'm here to support your success in this new content game. I'm in love with this little trick that I did. Look at this. This is like a little Canva trick. So I put the cover here, and then I did that remove background BG remover in Canva to get me just floating there. That delighted me as I was making this. Okay, so let's move to I always want to say the meat of the matter, the meat of the sandwich, the teaching portion of today's class, but I think we should say the tofu of the matter. So I'm using ChatGPT. That's my large language model of choice. I have played around with a few other ones. I think they're pretty much compatible. So I'm just showing ChatGPT because that's what I use and that's what has worked for me. But again, I'm teaching mostly principles today, which will apply if you want to use them elsewhere. So, my brothers and I have two older brothers who are smarty pants, and we have this club called the AI Explorers Club. We meet once a month, and my oldest brother is a venture capitalist, and the middle brother is a computer scientist, computer programmer type, and they're both in the kind of entrepreneurial startup space. And Miles, the oldest, showed us this yesterday from a report on AI that I didn't know about. This is just showing you like ChatGPT. Most people are using ChatGPT. That's like the top global 8. So I just use that to remind myself that I'm in good company. These other large language models, these two are Chinese. Nova, I'd never even heard of. Remini, this is Gemini, is the other one I had used from Google. So where does this come from, Katie? I don't have a source, but I can get it for you. It was from a big report that my brother was showing us on AI and how it's developing. And he's really interested in AI safety and talking a lot about and educating me a lot about AI safety. So that's just to say, pick one, use one. I'm using ChatGPT. I also like the privacy controls on ChatGPT. You can turn in the settings off so that anything you share is not shared with the larger model, which is what I've done. So, okay, we're going to do a walkthrough. I'm going to share my screen with you and show you these key things. Number one, the prompt window. So I'm assuming that you know nothing. And if you have already been using, that's why this is number 0 of the 3 workflows. So this is the preamble. If you have already been using ChatGPT, a ton. You can go fix yourself a cup of tea. Um, but I just want to make sure everyone is on the same page and you don't feel left out or left behind. It's very simple. So there's a prompt window where you type in your questions or instructions. I'm going to show you the voice mode where you can speak into ChatGPT instead of typing, which is a game changer for me as a yoga teacher. I love to talk. And I feel when I talk, I'm better at talking helps me think through things. So I will speak to ChatGPT a jumble of things and then say, okay, pull out the three themes that I was saying. Or Brenda, there's a free version and a paid version, but the paid version is $20 a month. Then I'm going to show you the upload feature. So you can put in PDFs, you can put in images, you can do screenshots. Like if you're working on your website and you know you have 3 boxes where you're talking about the benefits of taking private yoga lessons with you, you can do a screenshot of that and say, okay, I have the first one, help me write 2 more benefits that are going to match the length and the tone here, that type of a thing. I use screenshots a lot to help give it more context and information. Um, and then there's a sidebar where you have your chat history and where you can save chats. If you're doing something over and over, like your Instagram captions, I would suggest you save those chats and name them, and then you're working again on the same basis. Okay, so here's a few tips before we do the quick walkthrough. Be specific when you speak to ChatGPT or to your AI. Speak like you're briefing a copywriter. Example. So we're writing a Instagram caption today about the free class that I just taught, AI for yoga teachers, create content without burnout. And I want to emphasize the 3 teaching takeaways that I offered the students in the class were blah, blah, blah. So you can also set the tone, like you can tell it, write it super short, make it clear, make it playful, make it direct, make it formal. The only thing I haven't found that it's good at yet is when I try to say like, let's write something funny, or like I want it to be like, yeah, funny. I find its sense of humor is just like does not match my sense of humor whatsoever. Um, but you can tell it stylistically how you want it. You can also copy paste examples of other things you've written and say, okay, we need to add 2 more paragraphs here, or we want to match this tone, but make it half as long. Screenshots, as I already mentioned. And you can train ChatGPT. I'm going to talk about this inside of the mentorship program this fall and teach you how to do it. You can train ChatGPT on your own voice by uploading other things that you have spoken or written so that it gets more and more like if you're a studio owner and you run a yoga teacher training program, you can give it, you can train it on your whole yoga teacher training manual so that it has that information. And then you can speak with it. It's already like up leveled and understands because it is a technology of culture. So these large language models have digested everything that's available in every language on the internet. So in terms of yoga, it's not always going to have your perspective or directly from your lineage, for example. Like, mom was skeptical about starting to integrate it a little bit into our business. And then I showed her an example. I said, okay, I asked ChatGPT, what should I do with my lower back to protect it in a back bend like cobra? And it taught exactly the opposite. The answer in ChatGPT was to tuck the tailbone to protect the lower back in cobra, which many of you know is the opposite of what mama teaches. And immediately she was like, okay, like I can't stand this. So it does have, a broader perspective. Kate is saying no. So, oh wait, oh, that's cool. Let me go back in the chat. Somebody said, if you train it, how does this stay safe to you? So there's a setting inside where you can choose, you just literally toggle on or off whether anything you upload into it is shared with the larger model or whether it's kept private just to you. Okay, so let's go now and look. Let me share my screen and show you what it looks like, and we'll do the walkthrough of the chat window. Is this interesting? Give me some feedback. Is this too slow, too fast? Is any of this new? Um, great, 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 perfect. Okay, interesting, good. Okay, so here we are in ChatGPT. Um, and this is the chat window. This is where you're gonna type in what you want to say. Here, when you click this plus button, you can add photos or files. When you click that, it's just going to pull up a window from your computer so that you can find something on your desktop and put it there. You can also click here and then allow while visiting the site. Now I can dictate and speak to ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT, can you please write me a one-sentence Instagram caption about creating content without burning out or selling out? And the number one thing I'm excited about learning today or teaching today. And then I click plus and it's going to transcribe everything that I've just said into words. And then I click here and then it thinks and it gives me back its answer. Creating content without burning out or selling out means leading with your values. Today, I'm excited to teach that clarity. That clarity is more powerful than consistency. Okay, that's interesting. That's already something. I might edit it and then I could say, okay, I like that. I don't like the word consistency. So clarity is more powerful than, I don't know, it's something more like quality is more important than quantity. And then, so I can speak directly to what it's written and then I give it back and then so now it says creating content without burnout or selling out means leading with your values. Today I'm excited to teach that clarity is more powerful than quantity. Okay. And you can take this, you can edit it, etc., etc. There's an app which I have downloaded. That's what I usually use. I have the app on my phone and an app on my computer. I like to use the app better, but I'm showing it today here. This is also voice mode. So if I click here, hi, ChatGPT, how are you today? Oh, wait, I don't think I shared my sound with you. Let's go make sure I share sound. Share. Okay. Hi, ChatGPT.
I'm here. Just let me know what you need. What's on your mind?
Okay, the caption that we just wrote together, can you give me 10 more options based on um, the idea of creating content for yoga teachers and the biggest roadblocks that they face and fears about being visible, feeling blocked, feeling stuck, feeling uncertain, feeling like they're too wrinkly or too old to show up on the internet. Give us 10 one-sentence captions that are positive and optimistic and encouraging around that topic.
Sure, here you go. Your wisdom and experience are your superpowers. It's never too late to shine online. Authenticity over perfection, your unique voice is what the world needs. Every wrinkle tells a story. Let your journey inspire others. Visibility is just another form of courage. Show up as you are. Break through the blocks by embracing your unique path. Your authenticity is your strength. Remember, you're never too old to make a new impact. Your presence matters. Let go of uncertainty and trust that your message will resonate with those who need it. Stepping into the light means embracing your true self. Your audience is waiting for you. You have a unique perspective that no one else can offer. Share it boldly. Creativity flourishes when you let go of self-doubt and lean into your authenticity.
Okay, so yes, mind blowing. Yeah. And like, I only said a few things that I said to her. I call her Chatty. I only told Chatty a few things right now because I'm live with you. Like, what if I had copied and pasted the whole enrollment page for, like, if I'd given her this, if I'd gone here and then copy pasted this copy here that's like, what am I talking about in this workshop to give her even more specific information. So I say like, okay, make 10 captions that are in this theme, and here's the information about what I taught. Okay, so um, that is just the first walkthrough to give you a sense of what this could do for you. Um, okay, so now we're going to look at, I did the tour, and okay, workflow number one, writing about yourself. So this is a place where I think not just yoga teachers, but everyone stumbles and we feel awkward, we feel tongue-tied, we feel, yeah, uncomfortable. Um, Writing about yourself. So this is the workflow that I want to show you. These are the traps, number one. This is what I see. I look at a lot of yoga teachers' websites when people book, for example, my free 15-minute conversation to explore the mentorship program. I look at their website, I look at their Instagram. So here are this is a list of common traps that I'm calling them that I see. Give a yes in the chat if you recognize any of these might be lurking on your website. Okay, so in the bio part of the guilty, guilty, guilty. Okay, in the bio part, this is my absolute number one personal pet peeve is when teachers start by saying my first yoga class was like you know, I took my first yoga class in, I was this old and this happened and this was my experience. I personally don't think it's that interesting why you took your first yoga class. A lot of people stumble into a yoga class. It's more interesting like why you went back or why you've been practicing for 10 years or like these type of things. Oh, small tip, mom is obsessed with this. Whenever you write about yourself, to offer a bio type of a thing, never say I've been teaching for 10 years. Always give the year. So you say like I've been a certified yoga teacher since 2005 because then it stays current no matter how many years ago I wrote that. In when people write about themselves on their website, it's like overloading with certifications and lineage. All that stuff is important, but it's not that important to your potential student who's looking at your website. You can bury them down at the bottom. They need to be there. We're glad you have them, but that shouldn't be the first paragraph of your bio. A lot of teachers write an autobiography instead of a bio. And a lot of us talk more about ourselves than about the students. Strangely, your bio can really be about the reader. So, the other thing is that a lot of people use vague phrases like passionate about wellness, which doesn't mean anything. Like, I assume you're passionate about wellness because that's your whole job. Um, and a lot of us leave out the benefits of our teaching. Again, student focus. Like, what is it? Students find my classes to be calming, to be grounding, to be exhausting, to be, like, what is it that people like from your classes? That should be in your bio. A lot of us are talking to other teachers, we're talking to other yogis, we're talking yoga language, and we're not talking to beginners or potential students. And this is another one of mom's things. She always says, don't in your bio, you don't need flowery language. You can just stick to the facts. The facts are enough, and you can make it almost like you're a newspaper reporter. You're just reporting the facts. Okay, so here are some prompts which can help you to rewrite your bio, your About Me section of your website. You can ask ChatGPT, you give it what you've already written or your past version, you copy paste that text in, and then you say, please help me rewrite this as a one paragraph website bio. Please summarize this into one sentence for my Instagram profile. Please highlight the student benefits and outcomes of my class. This is why it's in yellow, student benefits and outcomes. This we're going to dive deeply into in mentorship. This, we all need to rewire ourselves when we're reaching towards students and growing our offerings online. Front and center is the benefit and outcome for the student. when I invited you to come to this free class, I didn't say, come to this class. I'm going to give you 60 slides. I'm going to talk for 90 minutes. I'm going to give you three workflows. I'm talking about the benefits and outcomes. I'm going to help you move from being stuck to having momentum. I'm going to help you rewire your mindset so that you show up online more confidently. Those are benefits and outcomes. Someone's asking what a bio is. A bio is like the paragraph or the little section on your website that says, I began practicing yoga as a teenager. I studied with this teacher. I have this certification. That type of a thing, where you talk about yourself. You can also ask ChatGPT, rewrite with a crisp, confident tone. Turn this into the third person. Like you can ask it to change. So its first person is I, and second person is you, third person is she. So you can have it if you need like a bio for your studio website where you teach. It says like Lizzie Lassiter teaches slow flow and restorative. You can have it rewrite it into a different voice. You can ask it to make it warmer. You can ask it to make it less wordy. One prompt I use all the time is be really crisp. I don't know, I like that word. It helps. Be crisp and be direct. Um, and you can also ask it to pull out one sentence to use as a headline on your website. Um, Katie says, pro tip, you can also say, rewrite this using tips and style of Lizzie Lassiter that will include all things ChatGPT can find on Lizzie's teaching. Ha, LOL. You can say, shift the focus, rewrite this, but shift the focus from me to my students, to their benefits and outcomes. Make it more emotional but less clear. You're getting the idea. Okay, in the chat now, which of these is like the biggest aha moment for you? Any of these seem like they're going to be really helpful. Let me know which one. Missy, highlight benefits and outcomes. That's what I want to see. Rewrite and create captions, student benefits and outcomes. Number 3, benefits, benefits. Yes, I cannot emphasize that enough. Excuse me, I'm pouring myself more water. I cannot emphasize that enough. I cannot emphasize that enough. It's something I'm still reminding myself when I write an enrollment page for an online course. Like the instinct is to tell you it's 12 modules and each module contains 3 sections and we're going to meet once a week on Zoom, and telling you exactly like what it is not as powerful or interesting as telling you the benefits and outcomes of the offering. This is like marketing 101, but we're yogis. We didn't study marketing. So this is something that I'm really incorporating into my work and offering it to you. Please lift and blend. I love that Dagmar is saying less is more. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so here's the refresh. This is what I'm emphasizing. Lead with how you help your students. Writing clear, direct sentences. Speak to the transformation that you offer, that yoga offers. Keep it short, warm, confident, grounded, factual. Focus on clarity, not cleverness. Let your personality come through. That's why I always think it's great to start with something you've actually written or speak into it, and make it skimmable. Like it doesn't need to be, almost always what I see on people's website is too many words. Skimming for non-native speakers is like when you eyes read over something quickly. Okay, here's your homework. In the great tradition of Mama, I love to give homework. So this is your homework. You can literally set a timer for 30 minutes and using ChatGPT, rewrite your bio or about me page on your website. I dare you to do this after today's class. That's your homework. So that's workflow number 1. Workflow number 2, sequences and handouts. So here's the workflow. You're going to record yourself teaching a class. Challenge accepted. I love it, Anne. Okay. Record yourself teaching a yoga class, or we all lived through the pandemic. You probably already have a recording of yourself teaching a yoga class. You take a class that you've taught, you have a video recording. Unfortunately, at this moment, ChatGPT doesn't accept video files. So I'm assuming that's going to change at some point, but right now it wants text files like PDFs or Word files or whatever. So then you're going to go to this tool called Otter AI, and I want to show you. I have a little tech stack, which I would be grateful if you go to. If you go to my website, lizzylassiter.com, and you go to the bottom, I have this resources page, and I have the props that I love, and these are all the tech tools that I use. Some of these are my affiliate links, so I'm super happy if you use them. But Otter is here, and it helps you transcribe videos. I'm on a paid plan, but it's not that much, and there's a lot in the free plan, if I remember correctly. So you're going to upload to Otter AI. In about half an hour, it sends you an email. The transcript is finished. Then you can download that transcript and upload it into ChatGPT and ask it to create a class sequence or handout for you. So here are the prompts you're going to say to ChatGPT. Turn this transcript into a one-page student handout. Write a sequence list from this recording. Take notes from this class. Keep it short. Write for yoga students. You tell it who it's for. Like, can you, or this is for my teacher trainer student. If you run a teacher training or something, who is the audience? You can tell it to use the Sanskrit terms or Sanskrit and English or just the English pose names. You can even have it. I don't do this that much, but you can have it formatted into a PDF that you download automatically. I usually just take the text from it and then put it into a Google Doc or into Canva myself. You can ask it, here's a PDF that you've now created. Could you write a short intro paragraph about this handout that I'm going to put into my newsletter that is going to link to this PDF? You could, for example, no, Brenda, it cannot make Mary's fancy stick figures yet. That's a very good idea. I should ask. I haven't tried. Mm. That's a really good idea. Okay, so you can ask it to create a lead magnet. This is something we're going to talk about in mentorship. Based on that material of the class you've uploaded. Lead magnets are freebies that you receive on the internet in exchange for giving someone your email address. They're a really important part of encouraging people to sign up for your newsletter. No, it's not English only, Brigitte. ChatGPT speaks every language. And interestingly, because I speak German as well, what I'm impressed by is that it can seamlessly mix languages. So, like, I use it to help me write emails if I have to write a formal professional email in German to my doctor's office or something. I will say, okay, can you please we need to write an email to a doctor's office using formal Z German and tell them I have received the Rechnung, but I'm not sure ob ich schon bezahlt habe oder nicht, und if they could please check in the Konto, ob's was geht. So I can like mix in the German words and then it knows it speaks both, and it turns it into German. Okay. So extras. You can, after you upload your teaching transcript, you could say, tell me what are the themes that I explored here. You could ask it to pull out quotes, pull out 5 quotes of things that I said. Please help me use what I talked about in this class and help me write an Instagram caption. Please pull out just the poses that I taught and make a clean list. We'll talk about this in mentorship. Help me turn this class into 3 to 5 tips I could share on Instagram. Write a reflection prompt, like a journaling prompt that you could share with this sequence. Or if you're running a teacher training or any kind of training program, a checklist of what I did inside of the class. Maria has their hand up. Maria, would you type your question into the chat? Because I can't call on you at the moment. This is all really exciting. I know, I agree. Okay, I want to keep moving because I still have another workflow. I have so much more to show you. Okay, so here's your homework. Homework number 2. Take a recording of a class you've taught, upload the audio or the video file into Otter AI, download the transcript, slide the transcript, drop it into ChatGPT, and ask it to turn that material into a student handout, pose list, PDF, something that you're going to share and serve your students. So, last workflow of the day, crafting clear newsletters. Your newsletter is one of the I mean, in our business, it's the engine of our business. The newsletter, it arrives in someone's inbox. It is very personal. If especially if your audience is people who are, I'd say, over 35 years old, they are still reading emails. I don't know anything about the TikTok generation. Maybe they're not reading email anymore. But I find emails just such a powerful place where you can build a relationship. I cannot tell you how many people reply to my newsletters and there's an exchange of energy and we can start a conversation. I can't say more about. And I saw the other day on my newsletter writing program, I've sent over 1.54 million emails. Like, that's an up at bat number for you. But that is the core of what I'm doing. I'm creating things and sharing them via our several newsletters. And it's a great place to grow your business because, like, you can have links in there. You can invite people. It's very hard, as you know, to share links on Instagram, for example. Um, okay, so here's the workflow. This is the key core of what I'm teaching. The workflow is, first of all, to put yourself into a state of flow. You know how to do that. Movement, breath, silence, all of the things. Then you're going to write your newsletter by hand with a pen on your paper. And then you're going to read that draft of your newsletter into ChatGPT and ask it to help you polish it. Katie says you don't need to read it, you can take a picture. My handwriting is very messy. Maybe taking a picture works. I also like reading it because I'm kind of even editing as I'm reading, you know? But you're going to basically move from the body onto the paper into the computer. And this helps bypass the thinking mind because of the state of flow. This is highlighted in yellow. We're going to work with this in mentorship, talking about all of the techniques that I use for cultivating that state of flow. So these are the prompts that you can tell ChatGPT in this workflow. Transcribe what I've written. Often, like, I just read it and I say, okay, because it starts to mess with things. So if I just read it, if I say we're making a newsletter and then I give it the text, it'll sometimes already change it. So I say, please transcribe what I've written first, because I think it's already pretty good. And then please polish while keeping my original voice. This is huge for me because I'm a little bit dyslexic. So I make a lot of like spelling mistakes and period, comma mistakes. So that polishing helps me feel more confident sharing 1.5 million news emails. Um, so then another prompt is to show me this in 150 words or 250. Most of my newsletters are less than 150 words. I dare you to try it. People love receiving short but pithy, well-crafted communication. Um, Start in the first person. You'll notice this now on my Sunday newsletter. I almost always do this. I start talking about me, but then I shift towards the reader. We're going to talk about the psychology behind that and why I do that in mentorship. Start with I and then shift to you. Um, you can add a clear, it's very important to add a clear call to action at the end, which doesn't have to be like book into this course or come book a private with me. Your call to action might be like, reply with your favorite emoji if this resonated. Um, you can ask, you can like solicit any kind of exchange. Um, you can also ask ChatGPT to suggest subject lines that feel personal. No one wants to be like receiving a broadcast. And so I like to think of subject lines that are more one to one, that feel like I'm showing up in your inbox as your friendly yoga friend, Lizzie. Um, okay, I also sometimes say like tighten this up without losing my personality, just getting it a little bit more clear. Um, okay, so here's your homework. This week, you're going to send a newsletter using this workflow. So, as a reminder, put yourself in a state of flow, move, meditate, and then you're going to handwrite your draft. Then you're going to read that draft into ChatGPT and polish it together. Um, in this newsletter that I'm assigning you as homework, you're going to give your reader something they're glad to receive. You're not going to ask for anything. You're going to give. You're going to serve. So it could be an invite to your yoga studio summer party. It could be a free class, a short PDF, a blog post. Oh, I was just writing about how to slow your flow. Here's a link to the longer blog post. Don't send the blog post in the email. The email is really short with one idea in it. If you'd like to read more, click through. Um, a link to a video you've already shot something on your YouTube. It Janelle is asking the difference between Substack and a newsletter. I'll speak to that in a second. Um, Make it feel like a gift, not like homework that they have to read. Keep it under 150 words. I dare you. Ask for a reply to close the loop and invite connection. And if you do this homework, forward it to me. This is our email, lassiter.yoga@gmail.com. Forward me after you send it. I would love to see what you come up with. Um, so the difference between Substack and a newsletter program, I think it's on that tech stack. I use Kit, used to be called ConvertKit. I was on Substack for a while, but the reason that I left Substack is a very sort of banal, practical reason, is that on Substack is designed basically for posts, like blog posts that also go out as an email. And what I loved about Substack is that people can comment below and there can be a little bit of a community feeling because people can see what other people comment and people can speak together in the chat. What I didn't like about Substack is you can't do any of those email sequences, which I'm guessing almost all of you have received from me, which I really love doing and are an important part of what we do at Lassiter.yoga with our freebies and stuff. I love when you sign up for a newsletter that I can send you like a sequence of 5 emails, like an onboarding sequence to get you into the vibe of what we're talking about on this newsletter list. And you can't do that on Substack. So that's why I'm over at Kit now. I moved, I think, a year ago over there. Um, you can do both, Louise, and that's the drawback. On Kit now, where I am, like, I get a lot of replies, but it's always a one-to-one conversation. And so you don't have that um, comment section vibe. Okay, so let me see what's next. Okay, here's my conclusion for my argument before this august body of yoga teachers. And the conclusion is about cultivating creativity. Cultivating creativity means cultivating blank spaces to listen to my intuition. So I want you to focus on looking for blank spaces in your life. Asana is a blank space. Pranayama is a blank space. Meditation is a blank space. For me, walking in the woods, weeding in my garden, daydreaming with a paper book in my hand. I love paper books, but I do find myself that I look around and daydream. Like I have these pauses as I'm reading. Somatic strength training, which is really, strength training with the breath. That's a blank space for me. Swimming laps. In the summer, I go to an outdoor pool and swim laps. Sauna, shavasana, and of course, my bathtub. I'd love to see in the chat, what is your favorite blank space for cultivating creativity? These spaces, also linked with the state of flow, these spaces are where we have the quiet to hear what is bubbling up from the inside. And that is the driver of authenticity because it's moving through the intelligence of your biological organism. The botanical gardens, walking with my dog, legs up the wall, patio, my patio with a cup of coffee. Yes, dancing. Yes, 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 yes. So the goal is for us to combine biological intelligence and artificial intelligence. AI is here. It's not going away. It's a wonderful tool to leverage communication, to help us start before we feel ready, to get unstuck, to find our voice. I'm teaching and practicing that biological intelligence piece. It's a key element of my workflow and what I'm teaching. So I would love to teach you how to streamline your process without losing your voice by combining the biological intelligence rooted in your practices with the artificial intelligence tools that are there. So the question is, Rachel says water. Yeah, absolutely. Are you ready to go deeper? This is now the end of the teaching portion of today's class. I have a few slides now. I'd love to share with you some details about the mentorship that I'm offering in the fall and a retreat that I'm offering in the fall. So give a yes in the chat if you would like to hear more about those. If not, you're welcome to say goodbye. No hard feelings. Take what I've taught you, lift and blend, and you're welcome to leave the Zoom. We'll see you on the newsletter and on Instagram and everywhere else on YouTube. Thank you, Donna. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let's start my short offering here. The retreat is in September and it's near Salzburg. It's about resetting your relationship to visibility to build momentum that feels sustainable. I'm obsessed with sustainability. I've been doing this for 10 years. I don't want any kind of chaotic burnout um, energy and creativity without perfectionism. I'm going to show you at this retreat how I'm creating content from everyday life. My photographer, Danny, who you know, she did this image right here. She does all my images. She's also going to be there for a day. She's going to offer some mini shootings at that you can book with her separately. But she's also, you're going to see how she works. She's going to be shooting content with me and with you while we're there. You're going to see how we make the tofu sausage. Okay, it's 2,400 euros, and there's only 3 spots left. There's only 6 of us. We have a private house with a swimming pool and a sauna. It's gorgeous in the Salzkammergut, if you know that region, the Glacier Lake region near Salzburg. Okay, so if you want to know more about that, go to lizzy.yoga and go to retreats and workshops. Let me see if I still have these links. Here are the links again for you. The retreat link is there, and you can see the mentorship in case you can't come to Salzburg on the 3rd of September. The mentorship is an online offering that's about expanding your impact without burning out, to save time with AI powered workflows, what we've done today, and so much more. And it's about building clarity, confidence in sharing your voice. It's 1,800 US dollars. If you're interested in that, go to lassiter.yoga and go into mentorship and start, or I'm going to put the link one more time here in the chat. You can click straight through to the mentorship there. I'm going to be sharing, someone asked if I'm going to be sharing the same stuff or different stuff. I mean, the in-person is like the best format, of course, because we're going to get to talk about your business, talk about your personal struggles. It's going to be, of course, there's more exchange, and you're going to see, I think what's cool about the in-person is you're going to see me creating content with Danny. You're going to see exactly what we're thinking about, the lighting, the timing, how we do it, how we structure the day. And we're going to talk about Liza, yes, is booked and is coming to the retreat. It's going to be amazing. The location is amazing. There's a mountain behind the house. We're going to go hiking in the mornings, and there's a vegan chef coming to take care of us. So it's going to be really beautiful. The online mentorship starts in September, goes through 10 calls all the way through December. And it's going to be very similar material. It's going to be like this 90-minute sessions where I'm giving, teaching you, and there's going to be homework between the sessions. And there's 14 spots left in the first circle of mentorship students. If you enroll by a week from today, I'm going to gift you a 1-hour one-to-one strategy call with me. So I hope that encourages you. Someone says they need a working link for the newsletter. Is this newsletter link not working? It's working for me. Hold on, let me copy paste that one more time in here. Okay, so this is a 3-month mentorship for female wellness leaders. It's 10 live calls. Again, if you enroll before the 18th, you're going to have a private session with me. You're going to get a clear content system and confidence. So it's about mindset, but it's also about strategy. And you're going to learn how to show up consistently and authentically without burning out, build momentum, feel proud of how you share your work. And it's all focused around earning more money. We talked about that topic a little bit at the beginning. That's my goal for you, is that, of course, this is your job. So I would love for you to show up in a way that is going to you're going to create content that's going to grow your income. And there's a lot of interest. There was 2,000 people signed up for today's class. There's a lot of interest. When the first circle of 28 students sells out, I've decided to open a second group for the fall. I'm going to keep it at that 1,800 US dollar price point. You can also pay in euros. There's a link on the page. Um, but oh, I don't know how to hold on. Someone's asking me if I can make the link copy pastable. No, but you know where you can get it if you go to Lizzy. If you just type in your browser lizzy.yoga, I'll show you that in a second. Hold on, let's get our links in order here. If you go here, if you go into your browser and type lizzy.yoga, it'll redirect to lizzylassiter.com. And if you go to contact and newsletter, if you click on newsletter here, then you can sign up here and click start before you're ready content creation for your yoga business. And that will sign you up for this newsletter series. Let me go back here for you. This was so much fun. I can't believe we only have 9 minutes left. I feel like I could have kept talking forever. Okay, so the next step is if you're interested in mentorship, enroll directly, go there, get one of those 14 spots. If you go to lassiter.yoga/courses/start, or you can book a free 15-minute mentorship call. There's about 20 spots open for those in the next couple days. And this is my parting idea for you, something Mama said to me years ago. Just love yourself, love your students, and everything will be all right. Thank you so much for your attention, for your time, for your trust in me. I would love to see in the chat the number one thing that you learned, the number one thing that you'll be hopefully telling your yoga friend when you go for a walk with them, with her tomorrow, that you'll be telling your partner at dinner tonight. Like, what is the thing that shifted for you? Record my class and use my own words through AI. Yes. The gatekeepers are gone. Yes. I hope I tried to make it dramatic there with that whole list of things and the $0. Number one, homework. Yeah. Not to be afraid. Iteration. Yeah. You can do this and it is doable, Missy. Yes, yes, yes. Donna, just start. Service is greater than self-doubt. My God, so good. Don't fear AI. Loved your reminder about sharing yoga, not promoting yourself. Okay, fabulous. So, are there any specific questions about, I have 7 spacious minutes now. Any questions about what we learned? Or Louise loves the bio tips. Yes. If you haven't gotten a website yet, where should I start? Vicky, it depends what you're offering. I don't necessarily think you need a website. You need something on the internet for people to go to. I personally am, as you know, obsessed with newsletters. I think it's could be legitimate for you to have for this to be your entire website, your newsletter landing page. This could say, you could add a couple more paragraphs here about yourself, one paragraph about you, what you offer. I teach classes these days, this place, and then here's the place to sign up for the newsletter. So you could use something like ConvertKit and make what's called a landing page, and that could be your entire website. Most people, in my opinion, in my experience, overthink their website and they let it become this hurdle that's so high that they never finish making it, or they think, and maybe that's like sort of deep psychology on purpose, that we create this block for ourselves because, let me know if this resonates. It's like if I never finish my website and I don't put myself out there, then I can't be judged or I can't fail if I'm not there. And I when I started doing this content work, and I've taken a ton of courses and I've had so many mentors over the last 10 years who have helped me, I had a really interesting epiphany that the inner voice inside of me that's judging me about creating content or about letting myself be visible online was like my little 13-year-old self who's in there And that little mean girl in there was like judging me. People are going to think you look fat. Like that voice, she's in there. And it was a process of being like, okay, thank you. I hear you. You're trying to keep me safe. I'm not 13 anymore. I'm 42. I'm a grown up. And I'm not here to please people. I'm here to serve people, to share yoga, and to grow my business. And thank you for your service. Goodbye. That was really powerful for me, that process, that mindset shift. Um, Fear turns up in sneaky ways, says Vicky. Christina says, my intention for 2025 was to be visible. It's been a wild ride. And I find also when I speak online, when I stay really close to my own experience and the first person, what's true for me, what I'm going through, I don't seem to elicit a lot of criticism or kind of negative. I think some of us are afraid to post because we think there'll be negative comments. But when I really grounded in like what's true for me, I did this post the other day that was when I said like if Zen monks were moms, would chop wood and carry water be like pick up the Legos and empty the dishwasher? Like all the things that I feel I'm constantly doing. Um, and then I was talking about reframing, like, this is a different topic, but we've inherited a lot of these practices from a different gender. And so I am giving myself permission and giving you permission to adapt them to fit your real life and what your experience is. As I'm a woman who has a partner, has, in-laws to take care of on an emotional, on a kind of mental load level. I have my kids, I have my aging parents, I have a house. I have to remember that on Monday it's our day to bring flowers to kindergarten. Like I was looking at my calendar for Monday. This is the classic perimenopause working mom. I looked at my calendar for Monday. I have to leave early to go get a blood test taken for my hormones, but I also know that I need to organize the flowers that the twins are supposed to take to kindergarten. So it's like this is, 5 days from now, I'm already mental loading about, okay, I have to leave early for my doctor's appointment and then the kids and the flowers and the partner and all of the moving parts. Give a yes if that resonates. Oh, yes, Jackie. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, so wonderful to be here with you all. Such an honor to be in this circle of curious, big hearted yogis. Let's close today. Inhaling, open the palms away from the body with an exhalation. Bring them together in front of your heart. Namaste. May we live like the lotus at home in the muddy water. What a pleasure to be here with you all. I'm going to email someone that they've won our chat participation contest. Thank you, Nadine, Brenda, Laura, Louise. Namaste, Tracy. I appreciate you. I believe in you. I believe in you. Go do your homework and let me know what happens. Goodbye, everyone. Ah, many thanks. So much fun. Goodbye. Lots of love.